Hello, my name is Ty, and today we're going to be talking about business and how I've adapted to the pandemic. It's been a very stressful period for many people. It really has. And my business completely shut down as soon as the pandemic hit. And I had to adapt, I had to get creative, I had to think of new ideas. And today we're going to be talking about how you need to have the right mindset to adapt to change, to do things that really help you in the long run, and just how I've adapted to the pandemic. So for those that don't know, I run a wellbeing company called Loving Life. It's a small wellbeing company. I have a small team. I'm the main person. I deliver wellbeing talks within organizations, deliver DSE assessments, checking people's posture in the chair, ensuring they're set up correctly while seated. But we also have a chair massage team, people that go to offices and deliver chair massage to help staff reduce their neck and shoulder tension, discomfort. And also it's just a nice treat for employees to have, for companies to invest in for their staff. It's a nice treat to have. So that's what Loving Life is all about. But sadly, all the chair massage therapists had to be stopped because all the work stopped, all the DSE assessments stopped, all the wellbeing talks stopped, business shut down completely because of the pandemic. And you can imagine how stressful that was. But you have to adapt. You really have to adapt to every situation. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine. Shout out Chris, Fit for Life Youth. Shout out. I might put his Instagram in the comment section. But a phrase that he said to me, which really stuck in my head and really helped me. It's a bit extreme, so be prepared. But the phrase he used was adapt or die. Like I said, it's a bit extreme, but adapt or die. And that was the mentality that I took. And the first thing I thought, what can I do online to keep my business going? So as you know, as I explained earlier, I deliver DSE assessments, helping people with their posture, all around health and well-being. And surely I can put some of these services online. And as the pandemic hit, I realized everyone is working from home. Well, not everyone. Everyone who works from a computer, or the majority of people who work from computers, are now working from home. And most people haven't done that before. For most people, it was completely new. Most people had no idea what they were doing. So I decided to create a webinar specifically on how to work from home. So the first webinar I created was working from home best practice, talking about posture, talking about how to have a computer set up, talking about simple and effective things people can do while working from home to help with their working from home experience. And when I say this saved my business, this saved me. Quick thinking, quick positive mindset. What can I do? Adapt or die, as my friend extremely put it. And I adapted. This was the first webinar, and I actually managed to get in with a very large organization. And once they experienced the first session, they bounced me around from department to department. I must have delivered this webinar to about 10 or 12 different departments within this organization. I delivered to a few other companies. And this was really the start of the online business for Loving Life. So really, I just wanted to talk about adapting to your situation. So you can really adapt to any situation that you're put in. You just need to get creative, think outside the box. I mean, this is another way that I'm adapting with this YouTube channel, just putting out some content out there. Hopefully the things that I talk about can help someone out there. And if you haven't already, I know we're quite deep into the video, but if you haven't already, support the team. Hit that subscribe button and just show me some love and support. Show your support. But yeah, how else have I adapted to the pandemic? Well, so off the back of that webinar, the main company that really loves my energy, loves my service, they were like, look, we have a really long meeting. We have a 4-hour meeting. Can you come in halfway through and spice it up a bit? We just need 15 minutes to get people's energy back. 4-hour meetings are really long. People get really drained. Can you come in and do something to liven it up? And me, being the entrepreneur that I am, of course, I said yes. So I got planning. And when the meeting came, I went in, I spiced it up. Got, I think there was about 12 people in the meeting. Got them all to stand up, got them to do some movements. We played some games, literally 10 to 15 minutes. It was a laugh, it was fun. And the feedback I got from that session was that the second half was more engaging than the first half. The attendees of that meeting were more engaged in the second half than the first half because of that energizer. So I now advertise it as an energizer session, which I deliver to companies. Actually, at the time of recording this video, I actually haven't done it again. I haven't promoted that particular service either. But yeah, that was just another way of adapting. But really now, I've created so many webinars and different types of content online around wellbeing that I've been able to deliver and sell to these organizations. So that is one way how I've adapted to the pandemic and how I've been able to keep loving life alive. So what else? What else is there? Let me just think. What else have I done? So a friend of mine, actually, a friend of mine from my entrepreneur group. I actually run an entrepreneur group for a few individuals, and a friend of mine from this group, she said to me to get in touch with someone from her organization about my wellbeing videos, may be able to get in there. So I got in touch with this guy and had a meeting with him. Thankfully, he's one of the people that emailed me back. For those of you that are in business, you know that sometimes, especially if you're reaching out to people, you can get ignored emails, people being rude, when all you're trying to do is make a positive impact on the world. But you can really get deflated at times from sending emails, people ignoring, people not getting back to you, people being rude. Anyway, this guy emailed me back and I sent him one of my webinars. I pre-recorded it and said, check this out, I've got loads of other things like this. What can we do to work together? And he come back to me and said, oh, wow, yeah, I really love the webinar. It looks great. And that was it. So I thought, I need to capitalize on this. And thankfully, I've been reading a lot. I'll probably talk about reading in another video. And in fact, I'm actually going to be doing a book club review with a friend of mine. We're going to review one book each month. Anyway, reading a book, Never Split the Difference, which is a negotiation book, which taught me lots of different things. But in this situation, I could see that the guy was interested in my webinar. He was interested in my service, but he didn't say anything about it. He didn't say anything. And normally I would have just left it at that because he hasn't come to me. He hasn't approached me. But simply, I just asked him, great, I'm really glad you like the video. How can we work together going forward? And he come back to me, we set up a meeting, and we originally had the idea of creating a joint wellbeing webinar, a co-produced webinar around the waterways and the canals. And what happened? And anyway, actually, this is what happened. He changed his mind. He's like, actually, can we make a video? Can we make a video where we record the canals and we make a mindfulness type video, relaxing, calming video? And of course, I'm in wellbeing. I know all about that stuff, but I've never made a video prior to that. I've never produced a whole video. But I was like, yeah, of course. Entrepreneurs adapt or die. We adapt to the situation. We agreed a budget. I said to him, look, I'll make sure I keep it within this budget. and I produced a fantastic piece of work, which I may put in the description box. I may need authorization first, but yeah, I may put that in the description box. But yeah, we created a well-being video around mindfulness, a calming, relaxing video to promote the use of the canals across England, and this was something I really enjoyed. So that was just another way that I adapted to the pandemic. This was a really nice, different project, but it came out of the blue, and it just came from being open-minded, being productive, and just looking for opportunities. As an entrepreneur, you really have to just keep looking for opportunities and taking advantage of opportunities that come your way. So yeah, that is another way how I've adapted to the pandemic. And in fact, making that video, there's a few shout outs. Shout out Cam King, who helped me record that video. Again, may put him in the description box. And shout out Mumsy. My mum is a musician. Well, she's a music kind of producer. To be honest, I actually don't know the technical title. Yeah, I don't know the technical title. But Mumsy helped me with the audio. I originally actually recorded it on my laptop. Recording. My laptop microphone, that's the word I'm looking for. And when I did that, Mum was like, the audio sounds terrible. You need to get it sorted. I was like, oh no, it's fine, No, she's like, no, come on, we'll record it properly. So we recorded it properly on a proper microphone, professional microphone, and it made the world of difference. And it really brought to life the project. And in fact, the client has been very, very happy with it. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. And that, like I said, that's just a way to adapt to the pandemic. I had a business which wasn't online in the slightest, and now it's currently I'm in lockdown. Currently during this pandemic, my business is fully online, and I'm managing to sustain an income through it. So adapt or die, that's the mentality that you need to have. Just keep being creative, keep thinking outside the box. How can you make money? What can you do? What skill sets can you use to adapt to the current situation? So adapting to the pandemic as well. Now I wake up early. I read a book, The Miracle Morning, and now I wake up early. After reading that book, I wake up early. Now, I'm someone who doesn't consider themselves a morning person. And even though I still wake up early now, I don't consider myself a morning person. Prior to now, I was getting up around 9 o'clock, 8:30, 10. 8 was really the earliest that I was getting up. And I used to think 8 o'clock was early. And some of you may think 8 o'clock is early. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But once I read this book, it guides you into setting up a nice morning routine to create a productive morning. And I started getting up at 6:30, and I started having the most productive mornings. And I used to get my whole day done by like 12, 1 o'clock. And then I still had the afternoon to do more. So I really found that waking up early really benefited me. And I found it really helped me with my productivity. It really helped me adapt to the pandemic. So The Miracle Morning, I'll put that in the description box, a link to that book, because that's a book that I personally really found helpful. And I've actually lent it to a friend who also found it helpful. And yeah, anyone reading that book, I think you will find it helpful. Depending on your mindset, it kind of needs to come at the right time in your life. If I had read that book a year ago, I probably wouldn't have taken it in. But during this pandemic, I had to adapt. So reading things like that really helped me with my mindset and really helped me adapt and keep moving. So yeah, that is Business Talks. Business Talks with Ty from Love and Life, or Entrepreneur Club Global, which is the name of this channel. Entrepreneur Club Global. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. Don't forget to show me some love, and peace and love.